Hello, you're welcome to the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Kai Loko.
And mine is Umaru Sanda Amadou. Coming up.
Parliament to determine status of Fomena MP after going independent to contest 2020 polls.
And we are stating the constitutional principle of whether his exit is voluntary or involuntary, and whether by the sacking of his party from the party makes him an independent person.
Supreme Court orders High Court judge to step down as presiding judge in contempt case against Asin Central MP.
The High Court judge trying the matter has been prohibited.
Also coming up, 100 million cedis over that from the District Common Fund mismanaged by MMDAs, a new Auditor-General report has revealed.
And later, as the rain set in, we visit the homes of residents of flood-prone areas battling to survive.
As for the baby day, I didn't pick anything of hers because baby say the flooding with gutter and so now so I had to throw them away so I can get new stuff.
Let's bring you details of our stories. And the Supreme Court has ordered Justice Amos Wontawuni of the High Court Land Division to step down as presiding judge in the contempt case brought against Asin Central MP Kennedy Ejapong.
The court has subsequently quashed all the proceedings in the case except for the order for Mr. Ejapong to appear before the High Court on contempt charges as well as a charge sheet. There's more in this report.
Mr. Ejapong is in court for allegedly making a statement deemed contemptuous in the case in which Susan Bando and Christopher Kwete Kotei had sued him, one Ibrahim Jaja, Nanaya Ododu, aka Sledge, and the Inspector General of Police in a land dispute. On a show aired on the 2 TV, the MP is said to have scandalized and threatened the court. One Sulemana Isifu subsequently petitioned the Chief Justice to take action against Mr. Ejapong for the comments. On Wednesday, the Supreme Court heard an application by the Asin Central MP for an intervention in his contempt trial ongoing at the High Court. This was because Mr. Ejapong had applied to the Apex Court to exercise its supervisory jurisdiction over the lower courts and stop Justice Amos Wontawuni of the High Court from prosecuting the contempt charges against him, even as the Supreme Court has now ordered the High Court judge to step aside. The case is also to be returned to the registry of the High Court for reassignment to a different judge. Mr. Ejapong's lawyers argued that Justice Wuni assumed jurisdiction in a matter that he wrongly assumed concerned him. Also, that Justice Wuni demonstrated extreme hostility towards the lawmaker during the trial and even refused to be persuaded by any legal reasoning in the cause. The court's reasoning behind this judgment is expected to be published on October 20. Alex Afenyomakin is lawyer for Kennedy Ejapong.
The Supreme Court has granted our reliefs in part. That is, the High Court judge trying the matter has been prohibited. The court made reference to the Munti 3 case and specifically drew our side's attention to the fact that in Munti, those judges who were directly affected did not sit on the matter. Therefore, my Lord Wuni proceeding to hear the matter would amount to he being a judge in his own court. So, on that ground, he's been prohibited. An order has been made for the registrar to do the needful so that we go back to the High Court. The court has also indicated that on the 20th of October, it will make available its full ruling.
Let's still stay with issues to do with members of Parliament, and the leadership of Parliament is deliberating to determine the status of the MP for Fomena, Andrew Amwakwe-Siama. Now, the MPP has written to the Speaker of Parliament to demand the evocation of the constitutional provision that makes a parliamentary seat vacant after a member of the House leaves the party that sponsored his candidature. Now, the Fomena MP has filed to contest the seat as an independent candidate after he was unsuccessful in the party's parliamentary primaries. We have more in this report.
The letter to the Speaker of the House from the MPP invokes Article 97(1)(g) of the 1992 Constitution, which makes a parliamentary seat vacant after a member of the House leaves the party that sponsored his candidature to Parliament. A member of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee of the House, third-term MP, Obi Amwa, says the situation can best be described as novel.
The Speaker himself is facing this thing for the first time. He will look at the Constitution first and our standing orders, and then we may decide to either get a committee to look at it, or we look at the rules here and elsewhere and decide that we pronounce on it. And then it's for the MP to also defend himself as to why the party should still see him as their rep.
The minority leader Haruna Idrisu says the leadership will thoughtfully consider the petition from the NPP.
We are studying the move by the New Patriotic Party wanting to dismiss one of its renegade members who has decided to go independent. We are studying the constitutional principle of whether his exit is voluntary or involuntary, and whether by the sacking of his party from the party makes him an independent person, and whether this parliament will recognize him as an independent member of parliament. We are studying the provisions of Article 94 combined with 112 carefully, and when we reach a decision, we will communicate same to the Ghanaian public. But for now, he's walking on a limping leg.
24 hours after the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry announced new security arrangements for MPs, some lawmakers expressed their views on the discussion generated in the public space about the directive.
We are thankful to the government of the day that today he has listened to us. How many of the MPs do you want them to be killed before we ask of this personal security for MPs? I don't think you are happy that our brother Kwanzaa has been killed. I don't think you are rather, or you are shedding crocodile tears. Yes. Or do you want JB Dankwa? He would have. He wouldn't have been killed if he had the security for himself. So we are saying that the law says that we should be giving. Don't give two and leave one. Okay? This is all that we are saying.
It provides a sense of security, because right now, your constituents are afraid to get close to you because they don't know whether you are a target. I don't know if I go on a house to house with Honorable and we are coming back late at night, we could get attacked. So this state of insecurity actually alienates your constituents from you. But when your constituents know that there's sufficient protection provided, I believe that it goes a long way. And my understanding from a meeting that I had yesterday in my constituency is that the IGP has sent signal that beyond members of parliament, even parliamentary candidates are to be provided security protection.
The Speaker announced on the floor of the House that a by-election would not be conducted in the Mfantsiman constituency following the demise of the incumbent.
Simple calculation tells us that we are not within the 3 months since this incident occurred. Therefore, there can be no by-election by mere calculation and mere inflection of time. So let us not misadvise ourselves.
Reporting for Citi News from Parliament, my name is Duke Menton Kuku.
Now, the NPP parliamentary candidate for Wa Central, Hajia Homo Audu, says her work, coupled with the massive developmental projects undertaken by the NPP government, will give her victory in the 2020 elections. According to her, she has proven her worth within a short time as parliamentary candidate. She is expected to battle it out with four-time NDC Member of Parliament Dr. Rashid Pelpo in the 2020 parliamentary elections. Citi News' Anas Seidu was in the constituency and has this report.
Wa, the largest community in the Wa Central constituency, also serves as capital to both the Wa municipality and the Upper West region. The constituency is the largest in the region in terms of population. Some of the communities in the constituency include Danko, Jonga, Perisi, Chere, Nyagle, Boli, Singh, Sago, Busa, Nakori, among others. The constituency hosts two of the most prominent educational institutions in the Upper West region, the Dr. Hela Liman Technical University and the SD Dombo University of Business and Integrated Studies, formerly UDS Uwa Campus. BK Adama of the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition, as well as Mahama Idrisu of the NDC, are sons of the constituency. The Wa Central constituency is one of the safe seats of the opposition NDC. It was first represented in Parliament by M.A. Seidu in 1992. He retained the seat in 1996 and 2000 before he was defeated by Dr. Rashid Pelpo during the party's primaries ahead of the 2004 elections. Though Dr. Hassan Rashid Pelpo has been the MP since 2004, his victory margins have dwindled over the period. With a victory margin of about 8,000 votes in 2008, Dr. Pelpo won the 2016 parliamentary elections with a little over 500 vote margin against his closest contender, Isaku Mumin Tahiru of the MPP. Will the incumbent MP be able to win the seat for the fifth time? What will be the impact of the new MPP parliamentary candidate, Haji Umu, in the 2020 elections? There are some people who believe Dr. Rashid Pelpo deserves another term in Parliament. These are their reasons.
The way things are going on, I'll vote for Rashid Pelpo and then John Dramani Mahama. And my reason is that when Rashid was going to Parliament, West Central was not like this. And according to political scientists, they said any MP who can talk or who is active in Parliament always bring development to his constituency, and I've seen it. In Rashid Pelpo regime, I've seen regional hospital in the Upper West region. I've seen this in a modern library in the Upper West, and I've seen this in Alphats on our road, and every city, any region that develops to a city need those things.
If you look at things, especially economic activities and other things that is going on in West Central now, I think if you look at what is going on, things are down right now. Business activities in the municipality is no more going on, and people are there relaxing, they are not doing anything.
However, there are those who describe his 16-year performance in Parliament as disappointing.
That one, I decided to change my mind, so I will vote for the lady and see how your woman see what it, because the seat is too long there, and I'm not be seeing anything. So in that place, it's not for one person. If you have almost 16 years, get it to 20 years, it's not your farm. So I have to change somebody and see. So I'm changing my mind. I will vote for Umu.
If you compare Rashid Pelpo to Haji Umu, you can see Haji Umu has done very well in terms of creating jobs for the boys. He has lobbied for jobs for most of the youth in the constituency, and has lobbied for scholarships for some of the students to study outside. I think so far Ajomu is doing very well, and they've created roles to access roles within the municipality too.
And you think your MP hasn't done enough? 16 years?
I can't say he hasn't done enough. He has done his part. But if you compare his 16 years to Haji Umu has not yet gotten the seat. Yeah. But I can say she has, from the look of things, if we give her the mandate to lead us, I think she will perform more than what Honorable Rashid Pelpo has done so far.
We have listened to views of residents on both candidates, but what are the candidates themselves saying? How do they weigh their chances going into the 2020 elections? The incumbent MP says his good works will speak for him come December 7.
When we came into government, I went directly to the president and we had a discussion when I heard about some water projects, and then the president gave it a green light, and today we are piping water about 25-30 kilometers from outside of Wa into Wa town through that instrumentality. But a key thing I have done is to make sure that we don't have a single community where I haven't taken a borehole. I have seen that many of the places where we didn't have school buildings at all, I lobbied to have every single community to have at least a feel of it. And I have school blocks in almost every single community. It used to be only inside Wa that used to have electricity. The furthest communities where it's difficult to access, we have sent electricity to them. And this was through a lot of lobbying and bargaining to get electricity, into the Wa town, into the communities. At the time I became a member of parliament, there were only 2 medical doctors from Wa, and I decided to give an open scholarship to anybody who qualified to do medicine. Today, I can count about between 11 and 12 of them who are medical students who went through my scholarship and who I engineered for them to get scholarships outside the country to come back to become medical doctors. Women who I would train, bring people to train and equip them with skills, and then I'll let them go out into the world of work and fend for themselves. Those in agriculture, every year until this year, I plow about 1,000 acres for people who were finding it difficult to plow for themselves. And then I provided fertilizer, free fertilizer for the very, very indigent, the people who are poor and cannot afford it. At least when you do that for them, they are able to keep their family together. If nothing at all, they can feed themselves.
However, his contender Hajia Humo says the constituents are poised for change. She catalogued some developmental projects that she has initiated as a parliamentary candidate within a short time.
Live in empowerment. I keep telling people, those days people come in, they give our boys 20 cedi, 50 cedi, and we go out there and then we support people, and after election everybody goes back to set. I'm like, no, let's change the narratives this time. Let's campaign on records what you've done to empower somebody. So far, about 120 people in the system when it comes to local scholarship from Upper West region, and then we've been able to get about, from total, let's say 20 people to UK to study, and then 10 people to Cuba to study medicine. From Ajia Humu's foundation, I was able to facilitate it for them. I started by helping areas that lack water, because it's an agenda to push for a very clean water for people. So far for my own packet, I've been able to drill about 15 boreholes. I was able to get about 15 women some refrigerators to start up their business. I was able to put up 200 women to give them a startup with 200 Ghana cedis to start up their businesses. I was able to lobby some supplies from other institutions to give to my women to start up business. And I keep saying, these things that I do, it's not just for NPP women. I do it for the community. Time when I went through the Jonga Road, I saw that the road was a bit bad. So I decided that why don't I reshape some roads for my own pocket. So I was able to reshape Choko, Jonga Road. I got an access route for Sombo and Dandafuro and another place. I can't recollect everything here, but I was able to put their roads in good shape
For Citi News, I am Anas Seidu reporting.
I still stay with politics, and flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, says over 500,000 Ghanaians will have the opportunity to benefit from the National Apprenticeship Program. It will roll out if they win power in 2021. According to the NDC, they will foot the bill of the individuals who are registered under the module to learn a trade. The party says it will also supply them with equipment they will need to start their businesses when they are done. The NDC flag bearer made this known on his first day of his tour of the Central Region.
National Apprenticeship Program. And young Quadana, person we are apprentice, you better master for now. You do more question, son. Now, Anka, Omutu, son, come to your master. No, about ye better saka, no, near to your mama. Say a diploma, say a hairdressing. The young person must be a you better more. I think yes, now I'm a problem one. If you are was somebody age, you must a carpenter and Australia. The man the carpentry tools, not also the question in Nebraska. SHS, Free Senior High School. I can say me, Jomama, me say me ba make him. Me pese ni jina nyanya no ha enne na ka che mo se motis obia e kasa ka che ni ban se otwa ntro papa ezu ya mi ka se me twemu any double track me twemu afi pepe me be president me you double track me fi ho.
Let's move on. And the 2019 Auditor-General's report on metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies has revealed that local assemblies have mismanaged the district assembly common fund to the tune of approximately 125 million cedis. The report says the assemblies created avenues for some officials to mismanage the funds. The lapses and deficiencies were identified in transactions under account areas such as cash management, contract procurement, and store, as well as tax irregularities. Here is Citi News' Ni Amama with some highlights of the report.
According to the Auditor-General, the findings violate rules, regulations and directives which had been put in place to ensure effective and efficient management of resources. The irregularities for 2019 showed a marginal increase of 4 million Ghana cedis, representing a 4% upward trend against the 2018 figure of 120 million Ghana cedis. Cash irregularities in the sum of 33 million Ghana cedis occurred at 170 assemblies. These included commitment of expenditure without the use of the Government Integrated Financial and Management Information System. The Citi North and South districts, as well as the Tano South municipality, for example, expended funds without the use of the GIF MIS to the tune of 4.5 million Ghana cedis. For some others, there were deductions at source for fumigation and SIP services not rendered, funds not accounted for, and payments not properly supported with relevant documentation to authenticate the transactions. The audit team further encountered contract irregularities such as completed projects not in use and projects which were either abandoned or the execution significantly delayed. Others were in respect of payment of contract work services without contract agreement, payment of construction works with no evidence of execution, among others. 217 local assemblies were responsible for these anomalies, which ran into 87 million Ghana cedis. Procurement and stores irregularities recorded by assemblies also amounted to 4 million Ghana cedis. Even though some of these irregularities did not result in outright losses, they represented violations of the procurement law and financial administration regulation that did not ensure that assemblies obtained value for the resources expended.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Kai. Look, I'm here with
Umaru Sanda Amadu.
When we come back, as the rain set in, we'll visit the homes of residents of flood-prone areas battling to survive.
We have that story and more. Don't go away.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrady, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil off the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries@rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
You've come a long way from where you started, and in that time, you've upgraded a lot. But have you upgraded your entertainment? When you upgrade to GoTV Max, everyone gets an upgrade. Football fans can up their game with La Liga and get all new action with the NBA and NFL on a brand new channel, ESPN. The kids will go crazy for the most popular kids shows, and family night is sorted with blockbuster movies on TNT. Plus, our local celebrities will keep you connected to your continent, while our general entertainment channels will take you international. There's a whole lot for the whole family when you upgrade to GoTV Max. So make the move today and give your family an upgrade they'll love. GoTV, live it, love it.
Close-up deep action with antibacterial mouthwash formula and deep cleaning gel. Close-up deep action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath.
The Equinfi Juice Factory is a 1D1F initiative funded by Ghana Exim Bank. Each juice brand, Equinfi Fruit Juice, is made from fresh pineapple and its quality is impeccable. All raw materials used in its production are purchased here in Ghana. The entire value chain has helped the community prosper by creating jobs for many Ghanaians, from farming, distribution, and retail. Due to its great taste and brand promotion, Equinfi Juice is available in supermarkets and shops all over Ghana. And just like Equinfi Juice Factory, there are other factories set up across the country under the 1D1F initiative in areas such as shea production, poultry, pharmaceuticals, sweet potatoes, avocado, tomatoes, mangoes, and more local businesses which are creating jobs and expected revenue. At Ghana Exim Bank, we call this the Made in Ghana 4P. Produce, promote, purchase, and prosper. If as a people we believe in the Ghana beyond aid, then let's prosper as a nation by producing, promoting, and purchasing our own products. Let's support Made in Ghana and let's take Made in Ghana to the world. One district, one factory. Ghana at work. Ghana Exim Bank, facilitating Ghana's international trade.
You're welcome back. Now, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, has outlined how it intends to implement its plans ahead of the elections of 2020. Now, this was announced by the flag bearer of the party, John Dramani Mahama, and he says if he's elected on December 7, some of the plans are going to be rolled out. The party has explained that an employment act would be created for more jobs to be provided for Ghanaians to guide implementation of the policy effectively. The National Communications Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi, addressed the media on Wednesday in Accra.
The next NDC government will create a three-shift economy, especially in manufacturing and other high-end services, which operates 24 hours non-stop. Thus, the additional 2 shifts will be a source of additional employment for the people of this country. Companies that currently operate 24 hours with only 2 shifts of 12 hours each in violation of the labor law, which specifies a maximum of 8 hours These companies will be required to run 3 shifts and thus create a third stream of jobs. Now, still under employment reforms. Number 3, we shall decentralize and convert the Labor Office into the National Employment Bureau, equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, and grant tax waivers to employers who employ workers through the Bureau.
We still stay with the NDC because the leadership of that party has called on electorates in the Ashanti region to vote massively against the incumbent NPP. Addressing a Durban in Amansi South constituency of the Ashanti region, the General Secretary of the party, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, accused the Akufo-Addo government of neglecting the people of the area.
Ebeba abetu ye funu nkrampan na omo de aba aboyaji efrisa ya mo aye ho adentina esase etra ho sankeman a obia nim se UP party ne fa pempa ne asanteman mu de metimi aka ne se ya ye ho Yenuane Mamuna and Sukosa here. Yenuapa ni Mamuna, Ochi Kose Ozongu, and so Kose Ahiaye. PP stronghold. MPP are buying a Tesono. I don't think Kamuni how. Now say. Mabaya osikani nua ahiano okopebo si akra si na onua sika bebrebe ana oba abesre.
Now, the governing New Patriotic Party, NPP, says the opposition NDC plans to reject the outcome of the December polls if it fails to gain victory in the polls. The party noted the incessant attacks on the Electoral Commission by the NDC and its flag bearer are clear indications that the party will protest the results of the election. Addressing a news conference in Accra, Deputy Campaign Manager of the NPP, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, opined that the NDC only wishes to discredit the EC.
There are indications that the strategy of the NDC is to unleash a series of coordinated attacks on the basis of a non-existent collusion between the EC and government, and create a false impression of a possible rigging in preparation to reject the party's obvious defeat in the 2020 elections. It is important to state, ladies and gentlemen of the media, that all of you media houses gathered here always have your alternative tabulation or vote tabulation mechanisms. And indeed, as the EC is tabulating results, all our major media houses are also tabulating. And there have been instances since 1992 when media houses have called elections even ahead of the EC, and EC has subsequently affirmed same. So really and truly, elections in Ghana are held in the full glare of the public. Counting is done in the full glare of the public. All parties record their own outcomes at polls, just as the EC does. Every party is given a copy of the pink sheet, which is duly signed by all parties and so on. So really and truly, like Justice Atuguba said in our 2012 petition, the elections are won at the polling stations.
Let's move away from politics and to flooding. And after living all her life in the family house where flooding has almost become the norm, Claudia Hughes, a resident of Odona, has decided she's had enough, especially as last weekend's floods threatened to take the life of her 1-month-old baby. Citi News' Caleb Kuda followed her story and comes through with this report.
It's a sunny day after a weekend of rainfall left many families in the national capital battling to save their lives and property. Odona, a suburb of Adabaka, in Accra has become a byword for floods and insanitary conditions. Here, I met Claudia, a third-generation member of the Hughes family to have lived in this house. Claudia is a lactating mother to a month-old. Her cousin, Helen Yatele Yaboy, tells me how the family coped during the floods that broke walls and filled their rooms nearly up to the window level.
Me free, I mean, I'll be out for when true no be when true no. Miss me faha tota, and I make a pretty will be idea. See, enemy, Miss small girl.
And the baby no that him.
Baby no, you're the new sound.
According to the 58-year-old, Odona had not always been prone to flooding.
Enyo jilefie, evinye chan jilefie le 41 years, on top bripo, e simule somiu. Ba ke fita fuo va fie poa. Oluwa fita fuo va kofie poa evo. Furu ejikpole ejikpole lo obi. Tegbe. Dagbinu ba lo, dagbinu ba lo, dagbinu ba lo, dagbinu ba lo. Si bien na fo wo ye, bien na wo ye. Nu elo wo de ke agbene short mini pokono be nu ele lo wo keke be wo ogboyi aba fe gota 2x4 gota ake wo fe wo gbo.
She also blames the small size of the drain for the worsening situation. The drain has been left uncovered and there are iron rods sticking out and posing a danger to children and the vulnerable in the area.
Gota ko weda itade jija vile kwa elu onami zare kwa basa elu onami ba mulene o ba gota ko ba wo fifia ele wumi gota ko we a munyoku de ko.
After the floods, the Hughes have to wash a lot of their belongings, and Agnes, one of Claudia's cousins, is also taking part.
I'm a student. I completed school 2 years ago. Now it's necessary. I've not been posted. I'm in the house. So I sell water for a living. I mean, to cater for myself. And
how do you feel?
I feel very bad. I mean, and devastated because I believe there are places where something has been done because of the flooding and then they are living peacefully and all that. But all the time, each and every day, if our things don't get spoiled, last year, I think this year, early this year, someone died as a result of this flood. So if it continues, then I mean, there's no hope for us living in this community.
Agnes highlights the impact of the rains.
Sometimes it comes to here, like depending on the severity of the rain, sometimes here, sometimes here. Sometimes when we come, our TV is here, but this time it didn't fall. But most of the times when we come, it has fallen. Sometimes it gets to this place. So if someone is here, you can just imagine.
So what are your fears for the very little siblings you have?
For the very little siblings we have, I'm just imagining that if maybe someone is not in the house, no parents, no mom, no dad is, and they are here alone. Like, you could just imagine what could happen to them because they are helpless.
Out of curiosity, I ask Agnes and Helen why they continue to live here when over the years they have experienced flooding at the slightest onset of rains.
We have plans of leaving this place, but the means to live here is not staying. That's why we are still here. If not, we wouldn't be here.
Sikanu ahani ya wumi ahani ya bibia sikani bi wo ho anka ya kwodada enye obi na be ka kire se kwo wo amane na wutremu wa na opadi fefefe obi apadi fefefe obi apadi fefefe obi akasa we ya fun mi pe obi ape ade ya fine no so pe but l'argent la money.
Among the salvaged belongings of the Hughes are items including voters' ID cards. Helen tells me what she will use hers for on election day.
Hey, me compare to my mobile papa no trouble same no origina humi na me so bumi. Hey, me dem my word papa. Me dem I feel we there no vote. No gutter, no vote. No gutter, no vote.
After speaking with Helen and Agnes, I was disappointed. Claudia was nowhere to be found. Apparently, she is bent on giving her little baby a different life than she has experienced. And I was determined to find her.
So, I'm back. Gigi. Matodoko.
From Madonna to Adoko, what brings you here?
The flood. How good do I?
What does the flood do?
Oh, I say Minyamina. So we had to move.
Claudia couldn't salvage any of her baby's personal effects.
As for the baby day, I didn't pick anything of hers because baby I say and baby to their skins are delicate, so I can't put on those kind of things. You see, the flooding with gata and sona there, so I had to throw them away so I can get new stuff. So I was there when a church member brought new stuff to the baby, and we're so happy.
It's not been easy for Claudia paying her rent in this new space, and she empathizes with her former neighbors who are still at Odona.
I know people will be saying, why are you still there when you know there is flooding issues?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Why are people still there?
Why are people still there? When you don't have the kudi, you don't have the family call, where are you going to do? At least you work Tabodanka, you know that it's your own, you paid for it. Then you going to sleep in front of somebody's shop. And also crown down show or baby in the shop, so you have to go for the person to be at the shop. So that's it. But if you have Tabodan, you know you paid for it, right? So that one day, it's okay. Whatsoever it is, you can boast that I rented this apartment.
Claudia does not have it all, but she is determined to give her little baby a better life than she had. I bade her goodbye, and I was happy for her knowing that she had moved to a much better place.
Vivian?
Tanda.
Yeah.
But the challenges of our brothers and sisters across the country as Ghanaians, everywhere you look. And we come into contact with these stories, not just this, every day. It's just draining.
It's an annual affair.
Yeah.
This is Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. When we come back, we'll take you to the Northeast region, where residents of West Mamprusi are accusing the Municipal Assembly of being unfair in the distribution of the 100,000 cedis that the Vice President donated to flood victims.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
What's poppin'? Brand new dramas, that's what. Ethan Hawke leads a group of freedom fighters in the daring battle to end slavery in Mnet's brand new historical miniseries. We're gonna start a revolution. And the rebellious daughter must step up and take the reins of her late father's criminal enterprise in Africa Magic's brand new local series.
What do I do?
What else is poppin'? Brand new pop-up channels, that's what's poppin'. We're serving up family dramas and intrigue galore in The Beloved Man on the new telenovelas channel.
Citizens, we cannot allow this situation to go on.
We're packing a punch with the Kung Fu adventures of the Chinese Odyssey on the brand new Kicks channel. And we're going crazy over arts and crafts with Cooksy on the new Zumu channel. So pop on over to DSTV for the best of brand new this month.
It is Christmas.
What do you want for Christmas? A new car, a vacation, or expand your business? Make your wish and have it come true in the 100 days of Christmas with a Republic Bank Christmas loan. The Republic Christmas loan is quick, easy, and so affordable with super fast turnaround time. Come into any of our branches nationwide. Call or WhatsApp 055-654-3212 or apply online via republicghana.com. Remember, wear your nose mask, stay safe. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
Hello, my brother. It's been a long while. Your house debut. I used the finest materials for this building. I can see that. But my brother, just last year you built this house. Oh yeah. When the walls started peel off like banana due to rising damp. My brother, that's been my issue. I've tried so many things, but nothing works. You know what? They even use that black rubber thing on it before the concrete casting. You mean that boiler rubber? Oh, my brother, you would have saved yourself the stress if only you used Visqueen DPM from Vertigio Limited. Really? That'd be what my puppy used for house. And over so many years, the house still did come up.
For purchases and enquiries, contact Ventigio Limited at Spinters Road, Accra, or in Kumasi at Oshumasi Kwarasu.
Visqueen DPM, no size.
It's not long ago that things were normal. Good friends could meet for a good drink and share good times. And then everything changed. And our bars, the center of our communities, all closed, sending us all indoors. But now, things are changing. Kakra, kakra. Small, small. We're getting our lives back. Obeye, we'll get back to the way things were.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, you want a drink?
Yeah, man.
It's time for us to rise up.
Hey, you welcome back.
As we look forward to making our bars safe, Guinness Ghana will invest 10 million cedis through the Yin Boom program to get our bar owners back on their feet. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back to the City Newsroom. Now, some flood victims of 4 communities in the West Mamprusi municipality of the Northeast region have accused the Municipal Assembly and officials of the National Disaster Management Organization of shortchanging them. According to them, their money donated by the Vice President in support of displaced flood victims was not fairly distributed. Correspondent Maxwell Sook went back to the communities days after the disbursement of the funds and now reports.
13 days after the flood displaced these residents, where to sleep is still a challenge. Many of them sleep in the open at night. Adam Sule is one of them. The floods destroyed his house of 13 rooms, and now his entire house seeks shelter at the church, except him. The assembly distributed money donated by the Vice President to the victims over the weekend. Each room was allocated 96 Ghana cedis, and that was multiplied by the number of rooms affected in a house. But not all the affected residents are happy. Official figures from NADMO in the region say 384 rooms were affected by the floods in the region. The organization moved residents to schools for safety and sent them some relief items. But many of the victims who benefited from the food and other relief items are now left out of the distribution of the money, a situation that has left some of them angry.
This assembly them jani baba totally that Mahmoud Bagwan totally mashima. Baba totally grama. But one up with the farm and banda to turn on Quana, and come out of Macuno, or what the man grappa. What about the fabu? Now, better I wouldn't to Macan and Zambuni. She may man couldn't turn my end up if money. Can you see Zalabatella Buniakaza? yete ma buni ka ba asika si ankro wa ali am da pa akom da bi wa ali nda pa la kuma wanda se ba mane to kuma wanda se ma ka ba yisi mane yanan dolan changi ntugum la la to ma mata pa an pagin tan ya to ana disna ngwan bala ngwan so yubu ngwan bartin so yubu da ma ngwan so yubu nyala wala ba zama bunan tmane te purma ka ta purbuno kan jali ya mangni man tan ma ba zo kan ya yi piya na de ata euma kan jali de ma anya bi pina ta ma didal ma manza te tan wata pa ba ko ya na so wata tan sai ko ku ba sai yini
bara e jugo ko ma ngwan de tenga ma te duruma abulum patenga te duruma abulum patenga ba bo ye ba te tiligir ma ba bo la so du ngwan lum patenga ko ma me da tie la te duruma ne azata ko to ndole ka te do asukune hala ne zina te bara di yana sukurma punge te be do di miawa pa te ko jiwa ma te ko ne mondir gon ko dinna yungo te yala di yana ntegbe ka de ne ka te lan lamna.
Tani Natogma, one of the displaced residents housed at a school in Dimia, says she will no longer sleep in the school since the assembly refused to recognize her as a displaced person.
Teacher sokolmana ka do idu mangu mane do so kalonje na wona ya kalonje
Now, President Akufo-Addo says over 9,000 teachers are being trained to teach mathematics and science in basic schools across the country.
According to the president, the move is one of government's policies to prioritize science and math education.
Now, the president was speaking after the winners of the 2020 National Science and Math Quiz paid a courtesy call on him at the Jubilee House. Citi News' Sami Wiafe has the rest of the story.
The winners, who were at the Jubilee House at the invitation of the president, were led by the Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Okwe, and some old students of Presec Legon. Presec won the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz after beating Adisadel College and Opokuwari Senior High School in the finals. President Akufo-Addo says government will continue to give math and science the needed attention they require.
The attachment of Ghanaians to this competition is further proof, if any were needed, of the recognition of the important role science and technology play in the socio-economic development of any nation. That is why the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation have stepped up efforts to develop a potent science, technology, engineering and mathematics STEM education model for Ghana that will stimulate the interest of pupils and students in engineering, sciences, and technology right from the basic level. It is the aim of government to enroll more science students so as to achieve our initial target of 60% science students in our technical institutions. Government this year is training some 9,000 basic school teachers in the delivery of STEM education. In addition, 4,400 basic schools are being equipped with STEM equipment. The construction of 20 STEM centers across the country will commence soon, with the project also including the supply and installation of educational equipment and training of teachers and instructors.
Well, that's it for today's edition of the Citi Newsroom. Log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. We have more stories there.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Vivian Kai Loco.
And mine is Umaru Sandamadu. Thank you for watching.